So right now we're gonna try and repair this gouge right here. It's fairly deep. It's not like down to the core or anything like that, but it's still sizable. You can't fill it with like a normal wax like that. So I'll show you how we're gonna do this. We grab something like a blade, and you don't need it too long, just a little one. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here. We're gonna try to scratch, just give it a little bit of texture. Trust me on this one. If the gouge has like a straight up and down wall like this, what we're gonna try and do, make sure your knife is locked. What we're gonna try and do is go in at an angle. We kind of create a little pocket underneath. This layer of like wax on your board, it's pretty thick, so we're just carving down into it a little bit, the entirety of it, all the way from start to finish. And then, sorry, I'm trying to record and it's just difficult. We're just giving it a good texture. Alright, now that we've prepped it a bit, we're ready to continue. So what I have here, it looks like a glue stick. It's not a glue stick. It's a P-Tex wax. It's very similar to the stuff that your board is actually made out of. So how this stuff works, people typically mess this up. They'll like hold a flame to it and then like try and smear it in there or do something like that. That doesn't create a strong bond. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna hold a lighter to it until the end of this catches fire, and we'll kind of burn like a candle. And then we're gonna hold it slightly above the gouge, and we're gonna let it drip down into it. Now you gotta be careful though, because this stuff is insanely hot, like really hot. Do not let it touch you. So I'm gonna try and do this for you guys, show you how it goes, but just give me a second. This one's gonna be tough. So we're gonna light the end. We're gonna wait for it to catch fire. There you go, you can see it caught fire. Oh, it went out. Give me a second. Yeah, so I'm not skipping anything. This is real. This is how it works. So now it's on fire. We're being careful. We're gonna let it drip right into the crack. And then down. Now, once again, be careful. Do not touch that. It smells like you're burning candles or something. It's actually not a bad smell. And then we're gonna let this cool down. And you want to make sure that it really cools down. You want it to be like cool to the touch. If you touch your board right here or touch your skis right here, you'll feel that it's like cold to the touch. You're gonna want to wait until that's cold to the touch. Do not touch it right now. Okay, so now that it's cool to the touch, we're gonna take something like a blade, and we're gonna try and hold it nice and flat against the board there. And we're gonna take it and we're gonna drag it. And you'll see it's gonna scrape up the excess that pokes up above the board. So if you take your finger and you run it across, you'll feel that it's sticking up above the surface of the board. So by taking a knife or something sharp and pressing it flat against the surface, we can drag it and get rid of those ridges. Smooth it back out. I'm just gonna slide it, being careful, don't go too fast. We're not in a rush here. And then you're gonna have to do this multiple times. You can't just do it. You can't do it once. Very rarely will it fill the whole crack once. On the first go, I mean. So we're just gonna keep going. Also, sorry, I cut myself there. That's why I took a pause. And then just making sure it's nice and flat. And there we go. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but we filled a majority of that crack on the first try. There are still some pots, there are some divots. What we're gonna do is we're gonna scrape it. I know, we just filled it. This seems counterintuitive. We're just scraping it a bit, giving it a bit of a divot, something to fill there. Also, if you cut yourself like that, you can use some like super glue or something to seal it back up so you're not bleeding everywhere. I'll probably do that in a second. But we're just gonna repeat that step. So we're gonna melt the wax, we're gonna drip it back in there, and we're gonna keep doing that until it's nice and smooth. You'll see it. Simple as that though. Alright, we're back. So we're just gonna do this again. Take the flame, catch this on fire, make sure it's burning, don't let it drip on you. You gotta be very careful when you're doing stuff like this. Alright, it's burning. Nope. Very difficult to do one-handed. I'm doing it for you guys though. Alright, give it a second. There we go. Now hold it above. Let it drip right into the crack. And then once again, blow it out, drop it down. It's the easiest way to do it. You have something like a concrete floor or something like that. When you're done dripping it, just blow out the candle and then drop it onto the floor and let it sit. It'll cool back down. And then once again, we're just gonna wait until it's cool to the touch and repeat the step with the blade. Alright, this is the last time, so I'm gonna be careful on this one. But you see, this is a smooth board. Hear what that sounds like. Now hear what this sounds like. There's a ridge. Smooth board. Ridge. Alright. Let's do this. So, take the blade. once again, hold it nice and flat. Be very careful. I'm trying to get it as smooth as possible here. Tap the knife off real quick. Oh. Once again, make sure your knife is locked. Then tap it. There you go. Be careful here. Constantly getting rid of the excess because it'll cause little divots. So make sure that your knife is nice and smooth. And just little divots. All of those little divots. We're just doing little layers at a time. Once again, don't rush it. We got time. Nice clean knife. Smooth off that area. You can already start to see that is real nice. Like really nice. Also, yeah, I know you can see it. Yeah, you're never gonna get it gone. This is real world fixes. Come on. If you don't want to see the crack or the fix for the crack, don't damage your board. Easier said than done. I know. And once again, just taking our time. Brush the blade off. Brush the area off. And then final pass. Really make sure that's smooth. Get any of the high spots, any of the low spots. Getting excited. There we go. So, smooth board. Smooth board. Love to see it. And that's how you take care of it. Alright. As a quick note, for those of you out there who are really, really stingy, you can see there's like, you can see the border of where we put the stuff down. You can grab a tool like this. This is just like cork material. And you can press really hard. Like, I mean, really hard. And just back and forth like this. Right on that edge. Right on the crack there. So all those people who said it wasn't, wasn't nice and clean, there you go. That's how you do it. Now you can't see the weird reflections or anything like that.